Hey everyone, welcome back to another Anime Kingdom review. See my title below? Yes, this is on episode 8 of Rewrite Season 2. Yes, finally another episode. Super excited for this one considering how awesome the last episode was, and this episode did not disappoint me at all. It had a whole bunch of things going for it. Obviously, he's back, at home and everything. Pretty much, guess what? He finally has that encounter with Kagadi. We're finally getting on the main, pretty much the main story, the main plot of what, is going to be going on, what he has to do, the main thing to save the planet. He finally gets to see Kagadi, we get to see Kotori, and it honestly is a pretty damn awesome episode. And like literally at the end of this episode, I talked about the feels in the last episode, because it was pretty damn feelsy. The ending part of this episode with Kotori, literally I was tearing up, my heart could not take it. Oh my gosh, Kotaro, calm down. I get what he's trying to do, but shit, he did not let he did not let her off easy. He just literally was like, "Get the hell out of here! Get out of my sight! You don't even say anything. Just leave." I was like, "Holy crap! Calm down, Kotaro. Like seriously." But before we get out to talking about that was the end of the episode. Let's talk about everything else that happened before that. Obviously, he's back home, like I said before, and pretty much back with Gaia. They're planning on doing all these kind of stuff. He goes back to the tree because all of a sudden when he's at his hotel, he sees, the red ribbon, and thus there he comes meeting Kagadi again, and Kagadi ends up speaking to him. So pretty cool, pretty awesome. I saw that pretty much how everything goes if he tries. Now I know, like, because I already knew, what happens is if he tries to do the other things besides let Kagadi go, he'll end up pretty much dying and stuff. But pretty much what happens is he dies, and then of course, Kagadi tries to, pretty much kills him, and Kotori saves him. That's why he stays in a coma. Thus, that's why everything happens, what happened in season 1 and everything. So instead of that happening this time, now he has pretty much he has a link with, Kagadi this time instead. And I'm not gonna lie, it's been serious, and it was pretty funny. It was a nice change of pace to see some comedy in here with the whole Kagadi saying pretty much when he touched her when she was like a little sprouting and everything, and she was pretty much like, oh, and that pretty much means love or desire, so you desire me. And he's like, wait a minute, hold on, that's not what I was saying. And pretty much she was like, oh yeah, and if you save the world and everything. He was like, oh, can I fondle your breast, your opai? Can I fondle the opai? Kotaro, opai is always on his mind. I remember someone sent me a link to the opai ending of Rewrite, and I was literally cracking up like, what the hell. But pretty much she was like, oh yeah, you'll be known as Kotaro, the one who saved the world to fondle a girl's Kagadi's breast. And he was like, no, wait, I'd rather remain anonymous than that. Come on, please. And I was just cracking up. Honestly, it was pretty funny. Like, we've had such seriousness throughout everything so far, and I love that. I told you guys this before, that I love the seriousness that's going in here, and I love whenever they throw in some of these comedy parts that honestly, even though you think, man, no, that would completely just ruin everything, just why would you put that in there? But instead, it just feels natural. It just feels so awesome to have that being put in here, and it really relaxes you a bit after all the craziness and seriousness. And then, of course, they whack you back again with, like, how it was at the very ending with Kotori and how things got really friggin' serious going on in here. This episode really showed, even though both Kagadi and Kotaro obviously want the same thing, they want to save the planet, they want to save Earth and everything, they have their different views on how it should be done. You see a lot of times, many arguments throughout this episode they have kind of at each other's throats, literally at one point when she's, like, choking him, pretty much saying to use his power and pretty much destroy Gaia, but instead he wants to do it the slowly kind of way, because obviously she says the way to save the Earth is by creating fond memories. And thus that part I thought, okay, so does that mean like you're going to be kind of like having nice memories together, you're gonna have fun and stuff? That's what I thought at first, that's how it was gonna be. But instead she says that like fond memories is something like, stopping a conflict or something. Thus that's why what he thought was, stopping a small conflict would of course, probably help her out a little bit and help the Earth out more. But what conflict could they possibly stop that would completely save the planet probably? And that is of course the biggest conflict in this, this whole anime, the visual novel. the conflict between Gaia and, of course, Guardian, and that's why he ends up, just like I said before. It was obviously was a little spoiler in the opening, but it looks like, yes, he does infiltrate Gaia. He does join Gaia in this one. He pretty much, was saying that he never really felt, like he really belonged in Gaia, like he really belonged in Guardian. That's why he went on his adventure in the army kind of thing. What's it called? Whatever the thing Guardian was, the military thing. And pretty much now he wants to save the planet, and thus he's going to pretty much obviously be a traitor to Guardian while pretty much going inside of Gaia and dismantling it from the inside. That's why he's pretty much, it shows him with Suzaki, and pretty much he's joined the Suzaki fraction to pretty much stop, obviously use the discrepancy between the Saint faction and the Suzaki fraction. So it should be pretty damn interesting to see how everything goes. It's pretty cool to see him learning how to become a summoner and everything, get the cool hood on and everything with his glasses. Like I said before, I thought it was a pretty good look for him in the opening. So guess what? Yeah, that's why I saw that, right when it showed him in his hood, I was like, that's my thumbnail right there. That's my thumbnail. But yeah, pretty much this episode, it was pretty much just like the start of everything. We've gotten through a whole bunch of stuff already, and this is where the start of the main, trying to help Kagadi, trying to save the planet thing is finally starting to begin. And we get to see him joining Gaia. We get to see his process to becoming a summoner and, climbing up in the ladder. We get to see him a little bit with Guardian as well. And then, of course, like I said, a whole bunch of kind of arguments and kind of things going on between him and Kagadi. Funny moments. And then, of course, also kind of some moments where it looks like they were going to kill each other, to be honest, pretty much. And after that, literally, I was full on just okay, what's going to happen next? What is he planning on doing? Because honestly, in terms of everything that was going on, it does feel, honestly, in my opinion, that I said honestly so many times, but yeah, it feels like it's pretty fast paced right now. Everything's just being thrown in, blown up right now. He came in, found Kagadi. All of a sudden, there's this moment between them. It's kind of nice. And all of a sudden, boom, this is the problem. Boom, he's joining Gaia. Boom, he's going up the ladder. Boom, Guardian. Boom, Kotori. Boom, everything's being thrown in. And I mean, I can kind of understand. Like I said, so far, I trust already. I trust them to be adapting it correctly. Because so far, sure, some of these episodes have felt a little rushed. And you guys have said that as well. But pretty much, they get pretty much everything that is important, at least, and being thrown in. I did see that there was some things that with Kagadi and him that were taken out, like it would explain more and stuff. So any visual novel readers, if there's anything that was it's not a huge spoiler, at least, but that'll at least help explain and help make it easier for me and other anime watchers only to understand what's going on, feel free to comment below any of that kind of stuff. And yeah, that's where pretty much after all of that, that's where we come to, of course, he goes through a barrier, he's trying to look for Kagadi, and guess what? Here comes Kotori looking so cute. Of course, obviously, so sad because, yes, like I said before, it was, when he said to stop them, stop the parents from going on their trip, obviously he told them to stop, but there's no way that would stop them, really. So in the end, it pretty much just he just let them go, and they end up dying. Thus, Kotori ends up, of course, becoming a druid, and thus this is where she is. Of course, she ends up trying to bring her parents back, and obviously, Kotaro does not think that's right. They're pretty much zombies. That is wrong. That's something she should not do. They're monsters, And I totally understand what he's going by, including the moments where he's getting all frustrated and mad at Kagadi as well, because he's worried about her and because she doesn't. But honestly, she doesn't really understand. And that's the same thing with Kotori. She doesn't understand, but because obviously she's lost everything. She has no one. Her parents were the only people that were nice to her, which is just honestly heartbreaking and so sad. And here he is, probably one of the only people that she thought, would be nice to her. And finally, someone that was here after so long and, is in the same kind of circumstance with Kagadi, that maybe she finally thought, oh my gosh, finally someone that, I won't have hating me or anything. Someone that will actually like me, and be nice to me. But guess what? No, that's total opposite from what happens. And Kotaro just full blown goes off on her, just get the heck out of here. Don't even say anything. Don't even look at me. Just get out of here. If I have to, I will drag you. and you just see her just tearing up, and I was just like, oh my gosh, my heart literally could not take it. I just started tearing up when she started saying about how no one, her parents were the only one that's nice to her. That's why she did that. Why do you have to be mean to me? And all that kind of stuff. I was literally just like, oh my gosh, Kotaro, you have to say sorry. You have to apologize and do something amazing to make her smile again. Because that is just, I could not believe it. I was literally tearing up. Poor Kotori. And like, that's not even like, well, maybe it does happen, something important happens because of this, but like, it's not even like the most important part that happened in the story. It was obviously, the story was him and Kagadi, and all of, in this episode at least, him and Kagadi, and infiltrating Gaia. And this part was just kind of something that we knew was going to happen, knew was going to come, because obviously Kotori ends up becoming the druid and everything. But like, just this encounter and everything it was just so emotional, like so feelsy, like, oh my gosh, poor Kotori. And I don't know what's gonna happen in the next episode. I'm actually kind of confused on how everything's going to be, put out. Like, because the whole thing with him, pretty much his goal is to get fond memories. That's for Kagadi, and that's because she said that's the way to save the planet, and that's why he's trying to do this whole thing with stopping the conflict between Gaia and Guardian by pretty much working on the inside of both and dismantling them. Pretty much, that's what looks to be going on. But I can't really see that fully. Like, if he does do that, even if he does succeed, how's that? Sure, it stops the conflict, but is that really the fond memories that she needs, So it kind of confuses me on that point, but still, I'm definitely excited to see what's going to be happening in the next episodes. Like I said, so far, I have enjoyed every single episode. The story so far has been awesome. Characters, seeing certain people again, like obviously seeing Kagadi again was awesome. Seeing her kind of just, obviously she doesn't really understand a lot of things. Her personality, we get to see that happen again. And it's kind of like the personality we saw in season 1, where she was kind of a little klutzy and everything. And sure, this time she's still, it's kind of a mixture of both of those, because she's kind of still has that comedy sense to talk about him, pretty much groping her, and she'll let him maybe even fornicate with her. And I'm just like, oh, okay, what's going on there? And the next moment she's like choking him, about to kill him, like, use your powers, destroy all Guardian and Gaia right now, or I'm going to do it, So you could kind of see that mixture of both of those, instead of like, because I remember in season 1 it was like some rock falling on her head or something, and she got amnesia. But this time, obviously, she has all her memories, she has everything, well, not all her memories of what happened, but she knows, that there's a connection between them. Everything is set forward on a singular path. I'm guessing that there's no way it could really end badly, obviously, like you guys said, that all the choices do come up, but you can only pick one, So I can't wait to see how everything finally starts to unfold now that we have hit that point where he has met Kagadi again, and the main story, the main plot of defending or pretty much protecting and saving the Earth has finally come up, and I can't wait to see how all of that goes down. But yeah, that's all I really got to say, guys. Hope you enjoyed this Anime Kingdom review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. The same comments, and you want to talk about, comment below as well. And as always, like I said before, visual novel readers, if there's anything, you guys wanted to comment about how you felt about this episode, how it was adapted. Was it adapted really well? Was there a lot of things taken out? All that kind of stuff that I always ask, feel free to comment below. It's always interesting to see how well this anime is being adapted, considering how bad it was in the first season and how amazing it has been in this second season. And of course, if you just want to put your own opinion on anything that happened, what I said, or anything like that, feel free to comment below. Remember, as always, no spoilers, please. For me, along with, all the anime watchers only as well, we'll thank you for those spoiler tags at least, if you do plan on putting spoilers. And as always, anime watchers only. Hey, how did you guys feel about this episode? Did you enjoy it? Do you have any, opinions you wanted to talk about? Anything that I said that you want to talk about? Feel free to comment below as well. And yeah, that's all I really got to say, guys. So if you enjoyed, if you did, don't forget to like. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe for more content. And until next time, guys, see ya.